he's like, guess what? Bob, ninja hand signs, right? And then he summoned a giant meteor, and everybody's like, God, right? And Garo's like, is this the power of a god? And I'm like, man, this guy is fucking badass. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna put him on my list just so way nobody else can take him. Do I resonate with this guy? More or less, but I'm gonna say no. His people were persecuted. If we go through the history of America, and sorry folks if you haven't noticed this, but I'm black. So
happy Juneteenth, by the way.
Belated Juneteenth.
Yes, belated.
Yeah, well, today's the substitute. The bank is closed. I'm mad.
But yes, if you look throughout the history of America, the black people were persecuted or more enslaved. That's the correct word. And I don't know. His whole story is basically, hey, we agreed that you guys won't be shit towards us, but we're basically on the outskirts of the town. While Hashirama is like, hey, invite the Uchiha to town, but Tobirama is like, fuck them dirty Uchihas. We don't like their kind.
Okay.
There is
this one.
Go ahead.
Because I watched a YouTuber who does in-depth Naruto explanations. Mm-hmm. And when he explained the Uchiha, he explained that yes, Tobirama hated the Uchiha because of Madara, or one of them killing his brothers.
A group of 7 of them.
Yeah, but then the Uchiha had their own area in the village,
mm-hmm.
and then it wasn't Tobirama who sent them to the outskirts. It was Hiruzen who sent them to the outskirts. Sarutobi, the third Hokage.
The one that everybody hates?
Yes, the one that everybody hates.
I'm gonna pop off for a little bit because my grandparents are here. I'm gonna go say hi to them and tell them what's going on, and then I'll be right back.
All right,
see you when you get back.
Tell them the stream says hi. Go on.
That was it.
So the third Hokage was the racist one. Got it.
Yeah, Hiruzen hated the Uchiha.
Yeah. Hence why he sent Tachi to go off and kill him.
Yeah, he took. Well, it was Danzo who did that. But it was Tobirama. He saw how much he didn't really care for the Uchiha.
Yeah.
And because Tobirama honored Hashirama in such a way, he decided to try. That's the reason why he made the Uchiha the police force.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically just as powerful as we are. We need to give them something to kind of honor them in that way. And Uchiha, perfect for police work.
Mm-hmm.
As many powers as they have at their disposal. With so many genjutsu, and they're going to be talking like you want them to.
Mm-hmm. So it's just all because of how the village perceived the Uchihas, that he was made a villain. So it's again all due to society, right? Messing up everything. Did I agree with what he did and or his ideals? Starting a war to really get revenge on his people, I could see him doing, which, ultimately he wanted to collect all the tailed beasts and, become the next 10 tails and put everybody in the infinite Tsukuyomi. So that way everybody can live within their desired worlds. And yes, would I like to see that happen, where everybody's just in their ideal world where there's no discrimination, no hatred, etc., etc. Everybody's living yada yada yada. Yeah, but that's what also means I have to excuse me. That also means I would have to basically gather all the tailed beasts, start a giant war, and then even try to like not be taken over by the goddess of ninjadom, or the ninja world, I should say. All because, you know, she was just trying to come to power until like her son's like, hey, yeah, nah, you're going back in the moon, mom. So yes, and that is how the moon was made in the Naruto world, because he's like, hey, ma, go up there and just have fun by yourself. What's your villain? So the next question is kind of just a continuation of what I was saying. Was he considered a villain, or was he, from my standpoint, was he really a villain? No. I mean, I don't know, this one's kind of difficult to try to answer, because like he did start a war again due to just getting revenge and trying to just become this god and putting everybody in the world into their own world so that way they can be happy. What was it really bad? Was he really bad though? That one is gonna be a no for me, because Madara again did what he did to protect his clan. You know, even meant like bending the knee to Hashirama and whatnot. Hashirama and whatnot. Then you know, if it meant to protect his clans, of course, obviously you would want to just bend the knee. But he is an interesting person. Last question: which villain? Okay, that one's just more like towards the end. So, who's all here and wants to be picked on? So candidates muted. So that means KP. I'm sorry, you're next.
Okay. I don't know if we have to have these in any order. I don't have mine in any order.
I don't.
Okay. So, all right. So one of my 3 villains that I have chosen is going to be Muzan from Demon Slayer.
Ooh, hot.
Otherwise known as Michael Jackson.
The time when Michael Jackson gets reincarnated as a demon.
Yeah.
Reincarnated into a sexy demon.
I mean,
I did
the female Muzan though.
both
Just-
versions. It
Both
does not
versions.
matter. Both versions.
Take my money, Muzan. Turn me into a demon mummy.
Oh my god. Anyway, so why did I choose them? I honestly don't know. A lot of the times, whenever I choose a favorite something, it's usually based on like looks, so like design and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Muzan's character design, even though he resembles Michael Jackson a little too much sometimes. I still like it.
Country road is not my lover. He ain't the one. I'm the one.
Oh my god.
That kid is not my demon.
You're gonna get copyrighted. Shut up.
That's why I replace words.
It's still, they'll still find the tune and be like, oh.
We just have to sing things off tune.
Yes.
You can say things,
Verbal
which is better.
version of it as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, or like do the spoken word version.
Holy shit, this is actually damn good. Holy fuck. Ignore me. I'm just enjoying my Dawn Bowl.
You might want to mute then. I can hear your chewing sound, sir.
It's ASMR, okay?
I'm not into that ASMR, Jesus. Another reason I chose Y is because he is badass and savage as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do I resonate with him? No. Do I agree with the ideals? In a way, yes. But also not really, because I don't like how brutal he is, and I would never.
I'm gonna stay quiet on that one.
is he really a villain, or was he just misunderstood? In my opinion, he's not misunderstood. He is literally just pure evil, but we love that for him. And that's it. Except
So
for the
now it's
last
your
one.
turn. Yeah, and now it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna pick on my bestest friend,
Oh, thank you.
Willow.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Did you just try taking away my girl?
I mean,
Oldest,
she-
bestest friend.
Bestest
Her
friend.
oldest, bestest friend.
It's fine. It's fine. I didn't want to be your best friend anyways.
I have multiple best friends, but she is the bestest because she's been there literally almost my entire life.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I was in Chicago when you were in kindergarten.
Friend since first grade. Or was it kindergarten?
It was
She said
kindergarten,
kindergarten.
It was kindergarten, yeah.
actually.
It was high school when I met KP Chan, and she picked on me in English class
Mhm.
for no apparent reason. I was a good student.
I was a good student.
High school was a weird
I think
time.
I think it was just because I wore a cape to school one day.
I never saw you wear
I
a
should
cape
have
ever.
picked on you for that.
You seen?
You're gonna tail to school one day.
Yeah. Anyway, can Willow please say her villain?
Yes,
What were the questions?
KP.
So the question is, so top 3, or at least the maximum is 3, favorite villains and why they are your favorite villain. Who do you resonate with the most, or do you resonate with them? Do you agree with their ideals? Was your villain really a villain, or were they misunderstood? And then we'll get to the last one at the end. And like, this is anime, but I'm pretty sure you can pick from like an anime game or like a manga that isn't an anime yet, like stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because to make it fair for you, because I know that you love your games and stuff. If this was Disney, we'd be all over it.
For Disney. I feel like why when you said that I'm like, well, the situation you kind of described is I am currently obsessed with Twisted Wonderland. All of the characters could count since they're all based off of Disney villains, but none of them are technically villains. Literally everyone's Overblood thing I feel has some level of that's reasonable to it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stick with the anime I am currently obsessed with, which is the My Hero Academia.
Oh.
And I'm going to say 2 villains from there. One is one that I love to despise, and the other one is one I relate to very much.
Mhm.
So we have Overhaul, who I despise with an absolute passion. And we have Shigaraki, who I kin.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But have you been introduced to my boy R for One though?
Oh yes, she has.
We all
Yeah.
know who that is.
Yeah, of course,
I
obviously.
don't know who that is. I just hate him less than Overhaul. Like,
Go ahead.
there is... Yeah. Okay. Okay, now I'm trying to remember the list of questions again.
So, okay, so, which
Very
character,
bad memory, sorry.
which villain do you want to talk about first?
Probably Overhaul. Let's get it over with.
So, okay, so if he's in your favorite villains, why is he in your favorite villains?
He's my favorite villain because, again, he's someone I love to hate. Almost, I think when I was going into it, I had high expectations for him, thinking like, oh yeah, he has like my favorite aesthetic. He's voiced by one of my favorite voice actors. Hopefully he has like a good kind of story and redemption arc. No, he's just an asshole who abuses his power that he got for a stupid reason. Like, he gets called out for his plan being stupid.
Sorry.
And then he's like, no, now you're in the hospital bed. Now I'm in control and I'm going to go through with my stupid plan. And I'm going to abuse a child while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to
Yeah.
America.
This is America.
Who said that was in Japan?
I know.
Okay. Do you resonate with him at all?
No, absolutely not.
Good. Do you agree with any of the ideals that he had?
the ideals that he reached or the ideals that he actually went through with? Either answer, no. Yeah, because again, another reason why I don't like him is he's like a freaking. He says that quirks are a plague to our society. We should just get rid of them. No, I'm keeping mine.
But I
Shut
want
up.
mine.
Mine. I'm keeping mine. Mine's how I keep everyone in control. I mean, no. I mean, what?
Okay, but think about it this way. I'm not trying to support anything he did to achieve his goal. But
Please explain.
okay, so imagine somebody who has a quirk they can't control, and like basically imagine if Eri never met Aizawa or any of the UA students.
Yeah.
She'd be a danger to herself and everybody around her, and no one could even get close to her because if they did, they get rewound to nothing.
Mhm.
So I mean, imagine if that was the case and you wanted a cure.
That's a parallel to Shigaraki, who's one of my favorites, who had the overpowered quirk that he could not control and then became the villain because of it.
Oh, the decay ability. Yes.
Yeah.
So, sorry, piggybacking off of Cannonade, right? So, I don't mean to like overtake your character, but I love playing devil's advocate, and that's what he's doing right now. Oh yeah, so let's say like it doesn't even have to be like Eri, right? Who still has a hack quirk, by the way. I'm just saying. I don't know if you're watching it or reading it, but I'm not going to spoil it too much. But I'm just saying, what if like let's say Shoto, I can't take Dabi. I don't know where you're at in the series, Willow, so I can't really tell you. Are you reading? Are you reading or watching?
I stopped watching when I got a book, and I planned on reading the book first, and it was during the kind of training with the other class when Shinzo joined in. I stopped reading there, but I kept on spoiling myself, so I know way more than I should, and I'm trying to forget some things. Sadly, one thing I got reminded of when talking about anime betrayals, I did not need to remember that!
What did KP do?
Oh no, it wasn't her. It was when I joined the anime club, they had the list of say your name, say your favorite anime, say your favorite anime betrayal. I said about when one of my favorite characters got basically killed off in My Hero Academia. I was talking about Magna. They were talking about Twice.
Yeah.
I forgot Twice died, and I forgot how he died until they said that he died, and then I'm like, oh, right, that happens!
Rest in peace, My Hero Academia Deadpool.
True.
Two legends.
Multiple legends. An army of legends. Anyways, so let's take Dabi for example, right? So, as we know, Dabi gets like fucking buck wild in the current arc. Just like, you know, bringing forth his issues of
Animalistic.
So
damn near animalistic.
Yeah. It's because of, you know, his past trauma. I don't know where Will is at, so I'm just being as very cryptic as possible without ruining it for her.
I believe I know this one, yeah.
Okay.
I might about ruin it anyway, because he's one of mine.
Yeah. Well, Dabi has daddy issues, right? Who doesn't have daddy issues? Oh, wait. Sorry, Pops, if you're watching this, which I know he's not.
Wait. How many people in this chat have daddy issues? Yeah. Okay, I think I see some.
Where's my puppy? Goddamn. He's all the way over there.
I like just remembered both me and Sean's issue, and I think Haley might also count in that field. So it's like
KP.
And Cannonade.
Cannonade. I'm sorry.
And Frankie, by the way. So anywho's, I mean, they call me by my real name in Dead by Daylight, so I'm like, stop that.
Okay.
I don't want to get doxxed. I'm already poor enough.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Anywho's, Dabi has Dabi issues. Dabi has Dabi issues. Dabi has daddy issues. And so, like,
I have Dabi issues.
Dabi! Dobby. Just imagine Endeavor going Dobby instead of Shoto. Speaking of which, I have to put my sounds up here. But so let's say, like, you know, with Overhaul's ideals, you know, Dobby's just like going berserk, and you know, obviously he's a villain, and he's like, "Here's my mixtape," and throwing it out to everybody. Wouldn't you think like having the ability to like take away somebody's quirk who's like a danger to society be beneficial to society? That was directed back at Willow.
Can you repeat the question?
The question is, so if Dobby was like going berserk and Overhaul was trying to do his thing where he just takes away people's quirks.
He doesn't take people's quirks away.
He
That's
does not.
He was trying. I know that. He was trying to
what you're
craft
saying is
bullets.
if Overhaul's plan went through, he created the quirk erasing bullets and did his plan of selling them basically to both sides. And then a hero shoots Dobby.
Yeah. Wouldn't you think that would be beneficial to society? Like him creating those bullets, and granted, they are selling
I
both sides.
like a better solution would be something similar to Aizawa's quirk, where it temporarily removes it to get him into a better situation, versus just removing it completely. Because I feel like that's the equivalent to what the villains did to Overhaul at the end, where it's like, hey, for punishment for killing my friend, stealing his arm, let's remove your arms.
I mean, he still has his quirk. It's still there, but his hands aren't there.
His quirk was he had to touch something with his hand to use his quirk. His bare hands. That's Overhaul's quirk. So without his arms, he no longer has his hands, and he can no longer use his quirk.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's still there in his body. Let me say that.
So like it's still there in his body. But like that's the equivalent. I guess is what I'm saying is.
Yep. So.
It feels like it might be helpful to
that. The quirk is still in them, but he can't use it currently. And I mean, but what I was getting at was like, what if someone couldn't control it and didn't think he'd ever be able to? Like,
then
so
I feel like
hopeless.
it could be their choice versus someone else forcing it upon them.
That's what I was getting at. The cure could be.
The cure itself could be viewed as a cure, but only to those who want
a last resort.
It was just like the X-Men series where...
Except they forced it onto the mutants.
Yeah, more or less. Some of them actually chose to get rid of their quirks, like Rogue. In one universe, she got rid of her quirk because she hated it. Granted, it killed people.
Yeah, she knew that she couldn't be intimate with anybody, but...
Yeah. Anyway, so, did she answer all the questions?
Not quite yet, but I'm pretty sure she'll say no to this one. Do you think was your villain a villain, or did the world see him as a villain and was he misunderstood?
Villain. He was the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
I think there's worse out there. I'm just saying.
Choosing a child, basically killing her, bringing her back to life, and repeating that step over and over again, mentally torturing her, and the fact that I think that if he had the ability to have more children with similar quirks, he probably would have done it to them too.
Okay, so
going
back to that, I have something to say about
One for All could also fall in this kind of category, but since we see it with Overhaul, my mind's kind of making that as like connection towards him.
I have something to say about Overhaul regarding his All for One connection.
Yeah.
If you've seen anything to do with that chapter where they kind of show Overhaul's past and as a result Toya's past, you see Overhaul in that same institution that Toya's in.
Yeah.
And you see him literally shaking in a corner saying, "Quirks are a plague, quirks are a plague."
Yeah.
And he's like worried about his own quirk.
I actually haven't seen that part yet.
Oh, sorry.
It's far in the manga. It's pretty recent in the manga.
Okay.
Well then,
so
spoiler for that, but
spoiler alert.
I
yeah, like,
feel like still the thing with Aries is gonna be
Well, imagine if he hadn't have been influenced by All for One in any way, shape, or form. He could have potentially become a hero. He could have potentially become a villain still.
But wasn't
Would've
he
been
kind
up
of
in
almost
the-
raised in the mafia?
he was
okay, so
raised
just because
in the
he was raised
mafia,
in the
and
mafia
again,
He
does
was.
not mean he would have
I
become.
feel like the whole mindset still of that I'm right, you're wrong, I will get you out of the way and do my plan anyway. The fact that
I
that
don't think he would have gone as far
still,
as he would have gone. Because, I mean, even mafiosos have a sort of code they live by.
Yeah, haven't you seen what was the Yakuza one where he's the household way of the household husband? Yeah, you know,
Wait, the house husband?
household husband. Yeah, household. Anyways, but yeah, the mafia has a je ne sais quoi, a code of honor. Je ne sais quoi means how
don't
should I
know
say?
what.
It's French.
Je ne sais quoi technically translates to I don't know what.
Je m'appelle James. Boom. French.
That's
I
your
can speak
name.
French.
My name
Yeah, I
is
know.
James.
Would you let me have this one, Cannonade?
He's
Can I
like
show off
me.
this?
He's like me with like languages and stuff. It's like it means this specifically, dumbass.
Yes.
Get it right.
I know. Somebody picks on me every time I try to speak with her in Japanese.
That's so bad. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't have.
Get good scrub.
I'm sorry. Somebody doesn't like teaching me because I don't pay attention, and it's my fault because I have other things to pay attention to.
Yeah, you didn't pay attention in my class.
Well, I tried, but I was so busy with my. Okay, first off, we're getting way off topic right now. So it's time to pick on Cannonade. So go ahead and pick on your cousin.
Alright. My first villain, cue JoJo music.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dio.
dun, dun.
Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Oh, I
Technically
actually have.
first and second seasons.
It was me, Dio.
Yes, Dio. But yeah, he's my first pick. One second here, I have these all written out.
I honestly didn't think that you watched JoJo. Canon.
Oh yeah,
didn't know either.
it's one I watch but don't really talk about because I don't really know who all watches it anymore.
Everybody.
Not me.
I'm currently going through Golden Wind right now on Netflix.
Shining justice.
I personally don't like JoJo and don't want to watch it, but it's okay. You do you.
Okay, anyway, I don't really resonate with Dio. One, because he's just an asshat,
Oh yeah.
and two, he became a vampire just to try and get the better of his adopted brother.
What?
I mean,
Well, it's like now I'm interested in vampires. Called you baby.
I know. Ooh. Hey, Daddy.
Oh, my
I
dog,
don't really
stop
agree
it.
with his ideals because of the same reason. He's an asshat, and his ideals were all about gaining power.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as if he was actually a villain, oh yes, most definitely. Power hungry son of a bitch actually once his brother killed himself to prevent him from taking over his body, took over his brother's body, and yeah.
Not gonna lie, kinda sus.
Yep. Very sus.
Amogus.
Not kind of, very.
Alrighty.
It's the next question. I'm sorry.
I kind of went through them all already because the last one's the last question.
Okay. I need to pay attention to my questions. I'm
Yeah.
too focused on. Hey! Don't call me out.
You wrote
I
them
guess
down.
if you guys have any other questions about Dio
Not really.
or why I
Like-
chose him, or
Oh god.
whatever.
I just almost yanked my headphones out. Dio.
Oh yeah, I actually did something like that in graduation, and due to my back, it said no, but. I think I got, excuse me, I got about like here-ish when I was doing the Theo thing, and my knees just gave out, and I'm just like pop, on the floor.
Oh,
Frankie's
And I try to go-
he hurt himself.
You're older than me, shut up.
By 1 year.
Not even a year, it's a couple months.
I'm the oldest one here. I just realized that. Ah.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna even ask you your age, Kenan age. But how old are you again? Oh, you're only older than us by like a year or two.
Yeah.
Still, I'm the oldest one here. Ah.
You're still my older brother. By adoption.
Yes. Well, not even by adoption. It's like we call each other siblings. So,
Well, yeah.
because there's no formal adoption or anything.
No formal adoption, but my mom basically was like, yeah, no, you're my son now.
She was like that from the moment I was born. What are you talking about?
Yeah. As I said, you're my son now. So you're my brother.
I was about to say, for clarification, she means her mother, not Willow. Does not mean that Sean is her son.
Yeah, my mom adopted Cannonade at a very early age. Like, not legally, but he's basically my brother. I've
Yep.
known him my entire life because of it. I actually have a picture in my room of when we were babies.
I have that same
A picture of baby Cannonade.
Baby
Oh,
Yes.
pics?
A picture of
No.
baby Cannonade playing with my
After the
feet.
stream, after
When
the
the
stream,
stream's
show
over.
it.
When the stream's over.
I mean, I'll show a picture of me as a baby. I got one right behind me. So back to whatever we were talking about. Villains instead of baby pic.
We're not gonna start Cannonade's villain arc by showing his baby picture.
Yet.
We'll see about
So,
that.
Frankie, back to you.
Alrighty. Oh boy, I only had Madara to really go off on. It's my own questions.
That's okay.
But, just
We
quickly.
talked too much already, so.
My name's KP. I pick on my boss. Give me 1 second. She does.
She means well, but she picks on everybody.
I don't know. I've been told that I
Show
was.
love.
Okay. All for one. There we go. Sticking with the guy I already mentioned. Boom.
Why is he your favorite villain?
He is not my favorite villain.
Why
But
did you
he's
fucking
somebody
pick
that.
him?
Because I wanted to talk about him. Jeez, we were talking.
Okay, so do you resonate with him?
No, because he's kind of like a giant dickwad, right? It's just
He
because
looks like
he's
a
just.
dick, too. Without the mask.
Hey.
He does. He's the embodiment of a dick.
Christian Minecraft server, okay?
You
And half
already
of
said it!
I said that's true, but I didn't compare him to a dick.
It'll be
And
fine.
this is going on YouTube, so fuck.
It'll be
how are you
fine.
supposed to get
Everyone
paid?
knows what one looks like, okay? It's fine.
Not everybody.
Girls at like
Oh.
the age of 11
Oh.
already know. It's crazy.
Oh, I thought you meant all for one, not a penis. I mean,
Way to
I'm talking
demonetize
about
yourself.
the phallic
Frankie.
shaped member that is between your legs, sir.
you mean doom and destruction?
No. I mean your penis.
Would you? Hey, okay, we're gonna zoom past this. Anyways, going back to the questions, do I resonate with him? No. His ideologies, do I? Yeah. What's the ideology question?
Do you agree with his ideals or not?
Some to a point, because All for One is greedy, but he also wants to make like a perfect body where he can rule over and all that jazz. But his ideals, from what I remember, is he wants to unite, not really unite, but basically have quirks for everybody, and just like, hey, I got this quirk here, you know, opening up his trench coat. Like you want what you want. You want stretchy fingers. You want bouncy legs. You want the power to slow stuff down. What you
You
want?
have a destructive quirk that you can't control. This person really badly wants a quirk and doesn't care what it does.
Yeah,
I can
Yeah.
beat you guys up.
yeah. You got an explosion quirk. Trying to be a explosion murder death god king dude.
You still don't know his name.
No, I don't. That's why I had
Great
you.
explosion, murder, god, dynamite.
That name, yes. But one of the things that I found interesting with All for One is his quirk, All for One. Pretty self-explanatory. But if you don't know him, he basically has a quirk that he can steal quirks, he can give out quirks, and he can forcibly activate quirks. All right. And I know he gave.
I thought that was one of the quirks I stole, was the ability to activate someone else's quirk.
That is all in one package.
Huh.
Yep. I delved deep, especially into the One for All versus All for One wars that's been happening, which I still need to understand what the hell the second one's quirk is. Because the first one, his quirk is the ability to pass along his quirk to somebody else. And All for
and pass it on to someone else.
Well, the first users really didn't have a quirk. His quirk was just, hey, my quirk is to pass my quirk to you or to the next person.
Mhm.
And All for One was the stockpile quirk.
Yeah.
Or not, One for All, sorry. All for One is technically a stockpile quirk as well, but it doesn't amplify it. Yep.
And I think we haven't learned the second.
No.
One. Yeah.
Not yet. At least not from... Because I know one of the chapters I remember is like, Deku's like, hey, I'm about to use the second quirk. And he's like, yeah, don't do that. Not right now. It's not the time and place.
Yeah. I'm mad.
Because the one before Deku, All Might, the world champion hero, the GOAT, right? RIP All Might. He's not dead, just, his hero career is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a heart attack there.
Scared Willow for a second.
He is my favorite. He is my favorite. I have an All Might body pillowcase in my closet. I have All Might figures, pop figures back there. I have an All Might figure right there.
He's a real-life version of Deku. Let's put it that way.
Hey. That might be true, but I don't like Deku, so.
Then you're Bakugo.
Damn it. Can't it just be Icy Thought?
Sure, you're Icy Thought.
Yes! Welcome, my name's Icy Thought. Welcome
besides, I associate Canon with Bakugo a little more sometimes. Anyway, but I think it's only because he can do the voice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, he's an interesting character. All for One is just like, hey, I'm gonna make a world where everybody can use their quirks freely because of society said, hey, don't use your quirks unless you're a hero, which is kind of shitty.
Hey, you see someone who needs help? Don't help them. Wait for someone else to do it.
Yeah, wait until like the professional heroes show up. Oh, you got a quirk that can make rubberized air, and you tried saving somebody but end up breaking their arm? Oh shit, fuck you, dude. You're not a hero. You'll never be a hero. Anywho, so that's why I think All Might. He is a good character, but All for One is a good villain. Do I agree with the stuff he did and said? No. Was fucking up Shigaraki a benefit to him? Not really, because he was just trying to find the perfect body, and apparently that's Shigaraki. So.
And then what about? Was he misunderstood or no?
Hell no. That man sought out for destruction. He literally woke up, ate his hate flakes, went outside.
Violence.
Yeah, he was like,
I'm gonna murder somebody today.
boom. I rolled a D20, by the way. He rolled a 15 on like angstiness. So he was like, yeah, fuck you. I'm about to destroy the world today. Explosion, right? So, yes. That's one of my villains. I have to actually choose one of my favorite villains that I have to remember. But going off to... let's roll this D6 here. Willow, pick two numbers between 1 and 6.
Why don't you just roll a D4?
Because I don't have a D4 on me. It's all the way up front. All my dice are up front.
Okay.
4 and what else? 4 and 2? All right. KP, pick 2 numbers.
1 and 6.
And then that means Cannonade has the last one. Come on. I want KP-chan. Come on, I want KP-chan.
Why don't you just pick me then, you dumbass?
Because I want to make it more suspenseful. And who had 3?
Cannon.
Okay.
What?
He's like, what? Now?
Surprise, Kennedy!
All right, Cannonade, it's your turn to go because the dice said so.
Okay.
The dice god has spoken.
All right. My second villain is from Bleach, and it's not Aizen this time.
Oh, I was about to say it's ice.
Yes.
So he already talked about.
Yes,
Oh
I
yeah, we
talked about Aizen
already
like
talked
twice.
about Aizen plenty of times.
True.
So my second villain is Ginjo Kujo from the Fullbring art of Bleach.
Ooh.
Ginjo.
Yeah.
I kind of resonate with him the most out of the ones that I've chose. Simply because he only really became a villain by circumstance. Like, I can't remember what he did to get exiled from being a Soul Reaper. He was a substitute Soul Reaper, by the way. The first one before Ichigo. They call him the first substitute Shinigami. Yeah. Like, I don't remember exactly what he did to get exiled from them, but he got exiled and felt, I don't know how to say it, like, not necessarily powerless, but at a disadvantage to help people the way he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And he met a bunch of people that had abilities similar to him after he found out he had them, anyway. And they found out these abilities came from when their mothers were attacked by hollows before they were born. Which should have given Ichigo an idea on how he got his inner hollow to begin with, but it didn't. Maybe another reason why I can Ichigo so much is because we're both dense as hell.
Obviously. Well, not you, but Ichigo.
But, well, Willow knows. I see her trying to hide her laugh, like, yep, he's dense.
It's a boulder was being thrown at his head.
Yeah.
They threw Kirishima at him? What?
Yeah, a girl threw Kirishima at him, and he missed it. He got hit.
Well.
It hit me, but it did not faze me. But yeah, he like basically just kind of was, I don't know, basically he was trying to make that he could resonate with and kind of vibe with that weren't complete asshats. A lot of the members of Execution are asshats, but I'm not talking about all of them right now. And he wanted power, but he didn't go to the lengths that Dio did. Not necessarily. He did technically lie to Ichigo and betrayed him in the end. But I mean, after their fight, that's kind of when you get to see both Ichigo and Ginjo's monologue. Like, if the roles were reversed, if like Ichigo had become the substitute Shinigami first, and Ginjo had replaced him, would their roles have stayed the same? Would Ichigo have still gone after Ginjo, or would Ginjo be the one to basically put Ichigo down? Would they have become villains and heroes, or would Ichigo still stayed true to himself? You know, that's kind of what the whole thing is with him, is like, what if he hadn't been excommunicated from the Shinigami? You know, what if they hadn't done whatever they did or whether if he had done whatever he did to get excommunicated from him, would he still be a substitute Soul Reaper? Would he have given up his abilities as substitute Soul Reaper to just be a human that can help people? Or, people kind of wondered that, or from what I saw anyway, people kind of wondered that same question. And it just kind of got me thinking, like, not necessarily a villain, is he? Like, not a villain like Eisen, but like he's a villain of circumstance. He thought the only way to basically save the world was to become a villain.
Okay.
Did I miss any questions? I can't.
Let's see. Did you say if you agreed with any ideals or anything?
I think I said is I agree with his ideals, and then I kind of went on to why, like by saying like he could have been a villain by circumstance or whatever, but
okay.
Yeah, if I didn't, then yeah, I do kind of agree with his ideals to an extent. I probably wouldn't have gone to the extremes he did, but
yeah. So now you can bounce it to either me or Willow.
Oh.
What evens or nods?
I say just pick on your sister, like a big brother should.
Oh my god.
Hey, Willow, go ahead. I closed my eyes and spun my finger around.
That works. Okay, so my second one is Shigaraki.
Oh, okay. And why?
Why? Because, one, I kin him. Two, because he became a villain due to the situation that he was in. He kind of started looking up toward, one.
All for one.
All for one. Thank you. Okay, so he started looking up towards All for One because he was the one who kind of was there for him during a dark period, and I think he started idolizing him, and he started seeing the world kind of skewed because of it. But at the same time, the kind of skews kind of right in his case, because the way the hero society is in My Hero Academia is pretty messed up, which we've kind of already mentioned this about the whole people are in danger and not helping. And I think one of the situations that Shigaraki was in was that heroes were looking for the limelight and going to there. So people were going to go see the heroes, not noticing that a kid was in need of help at that moment in time. So no one was able to help him during his situation except for All for One. Mm-hmm. And so that kind of just messed everything up.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the way that, and I do kind of agree with his ideals, because his ideals is the society needs to be stopped, because if all of this stuff is happening, not only the things that happened to him, but what has happened to his found family in Dobby, what happened to him, all the things that he's been through, what happened to Toga, what she's been through, what happened to Magni, what she's been through, what happened twice, all of them, just every bad thing that has happened to his found family and himself, just that whole society that has caused all that needs to go, and will do anything to break that down. That I agree with.
Okay.
Was that a pun on his quirk? To break
Breaking
that
it
down? Yeah.
Turning it to dust, yes, maybe. Unintentional, but now it is intentional.
This breaking it down makes me think Shiggy's just actually breaking it down.
He's dancing.
No, he'll leave that to Dobby.
Oh my god.
Dobby's
Lord.
Joker dance.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's pretty lit on the dance floor. Am I right, folks?
You need a sound alert.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Anyway, going back to Shiggy, I guess if it's okay to get into whatever details you want, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, why do you resonate with Shigaraki? Why do you kin him so much?
Why do I kin him? That is actually a good question. It's just someone the small.
It's one of those questions you ask yourself every day.
Yeah. I think one of the things is like we do have some very similar kind of twitches kind of thing. So like seeing his kind of nervous twitches, or maybe not nervous things, but like when he's like anxious, just scratching at himself kind of thing, and then like the going to escapism while trying to sort things out. So like while he kind of goes to his video games and also trying to stop this and trying to associate the gaming with that. So like I kind of kin him on that level, and then there are kind of like trauma stuff. I feel like we share trauma, even though it's not the same trauma. It's just like I've been there. I know what you're going through. Not the exact same thing, but I get you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
before you
forget,
go
you're
on.
both pale. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
We are both pale ghosts.
Wow. Okay, somebody's going for the feelings today.
She agrees with it. What do you? She says it herself anyway.
That's fine. I need to go outside more, but I'm like, ugh, yellow orb is scary. Anywho, before we move on, what does kin mean? Because I don't know.
Kindred spirit.
Kindred spirit, like relate to the most.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like, oh, I think of him as my brother, and because kin could also mean like relative in some way.
Yeah.
It's a term the internet came up with.
Means.
Yeah.
Oh gosh darn
Same
internet.
with S.I.M.P.
Yeah.
Squirrels in my pants?
I was about to say, S.I.M.P is actually created in Phineas and Ferb first.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was in Phineas and Ferb, and then the anime community just decided, hey, how about we change it to this instead?
Was it the anime community that
Was
pirated
it the
that
anime?
word?
I thought it was the anime. I think I was introduced to the word by the anime community, so I think that it might have been, but...
And the internet in general, really.
It's the internet, yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, wait. I think there was one more question. I don't know if Willow actually answered it or not. Do you think that Shiggy was misunderstood, or do you think he's solely just a villain?
Yeah.
And why?
He's misunderstood.
Well,
And I feel like I explained it, and the reason why I like him is because he was kind of... My mind is saying either raised, programmed in his head by All For One about all of those things, kind of leading him down the path that he ended up being while still trying to fight for a cause that I think is right. He believes that's what he's fighting for, but I think All For One has other plans.
Gotcha.
Like he wants the body of the young boy.
He wants the body of the boy, and the boy wants to help get rid of a really bad society.
Sorry.
Society.
He did get rid of somebody that the internet exploded over.
yes.
Do
Yeah.
not
Trying to
tell me.
remember. I'm trying
Yep,
to
I can't.
remember.
You know who I'm talking about.
I'm trying to remember. Wait, what was the thing you said?
I was about to say the name, but Willow said don't, and I'm like, okay.
Don't. It's something
it's-
I do not know right now, and if it's something that I do know, it is something I am intentionally trying to forget until I reach that point. So
Okay,
do not tell me.
Frank,
You're
tell
not
me
in-
in DMs because I don't remember right now.
I was about
My
to say
brain-
you're not watching my stream, are you, Willow?
I am
Oh, wait.
not.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure how Twitch works, so
We can explain here in a second.
You go to Twitch, you click on the stream you want to watch, and you watch it.
Yeah.
That's
Basically.
it. It's like YouTube.
hmm And if
so
you ever
it's
want,
YouTube, but only live streams.
well, they have like previous or past live streams on air.
So,
Yeah, like- Mhm.
again, it's still only live streams, but you can watch the past ones.
Yeah, but they
To
don't
a
stick
certain
around
extent. Yeah.
they don't stick around for like 2 weeks. YouTube is better because they just stick there forever until you either unpublish them or take them down.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we haven't had a copyright strike on any of our videos, KP.
I know. I've been doing good.
Yes, you have. It's back to me now.
No, it's not.
Oh shit,
I haven't talked yet.
my bad.
Guys.
We're talking so much. I'm like,
You
oh,
always skip over me. It's fine.
I don't
I'm
always.
used to it.
Well, you pick on me, especially in my videos. Thank you.
The next villain on my list is
Last
from...
but not least,
It's not the last one. This is only my second one. I have 3.
I meant
Thank you.
the last person to go for the second round. Jesus.
Okay. Mine is from the good old rumbling Attack on Titan.
Oh, is it rumbling? Just keep going.
And my character is the main character. This is
Armin?
spoilers, by the way.
Armin?
Big spoilers. Eren Yeager. He is a villain. Try to fight me on that, because he is a villain.
Is he though? Is he a villain?
He is. Everybody wants to kill him because he wants to kill everyone.
That's because he was discriminated by, what is it, the Marlians?
Yes.
He was discriminated on by the Marlians because you know why?
His dad was discriminated. That's different.
His people were discriminated on by the Marlians. They were trying to keep the Eldians down. It's because all that oppressive white snow. If you know the reference game.
Well, I don't care. I still say he's a villain because he is the main big bad right now that they are trying to take down.
He's
Therefore,
also the main character.
the villain.
So.
So he fits in the role of an antagonist.
Yes.
But he's also the protagonist.
He's protagonist. He's I can't say it.
And
Either way.
protagonist?
Yes. Anyway.
So main character focused is the antagonist at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he was at first like, yeah, he's the protagonist, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna destroy all the Titans because they destroyed my mother. And then,
Ate my mother.
and then, well, whatever. And then eventually, like, and let's face it, he's always been a little bitch. But
You're not wrong.
Then it just transitioned into political stuff, and now he is the big bad. Why did I choose him? I don't know. I'm skipping over that one. Was someone trying to say something? Sorry.
No, we
I
were
was
chuckling.
Okay. Do I resonate with him? Not really. Do I agree with the ideals? And like, I don't know. I really don't know if I agree with any ideals that he had or not. I can't. I mean, yeah, I guess in a way I agree with the whole, like, yeah, the Marlians are literally F-word wads. Yeah. They are garbage. We don't stand. But that's pretty much it. And then, was he misunderstood, or is he just a villain at heart? I just wrote down some notes here that he was just fueled by hatred for the Titans eating his mother, but then turned into hatred towards his father because of Zeke brainwashing him.
Father.
Daddy issues, okay. More daddy issues. Let's go.
Really though.
Daddy.
Shush. And yeah, so like based on those notes that I have written down here, I don't know, what are your guys' opinions, because I can't think straight.
He's not a villain.
I think he's just a villain. Well, like, he's being seen as a villain because he's trying to do something right in a weird, twisted sense that no one else can seem to understand except for him.
He literally turned into a dinosaur.
Wait, what?
Arr.
Okay, not gonna lie, I have
That's
not
the founding
seen
Titan decided to
Attack
turn
on
him
Titan
into a
yet.
dinosaur.
Okay, so I haven't seen Attack on Titan yet. So does he turn into a dinosaur or a Titan?
It's a
the
Titan.
founding Titan.
Titan?
It's the founding Titan, but he looks like a giant skeletal Spinosaurus with hair. It's
Yes.
the weirdest thing. It freaked me out. That was where we left off in the anime. I'm mad.
What have
Where's
I missed
season
out?
one?
I think in the Attack on Titan, I think I've seen like 3 episodes. That's it. So a bunch of this stuff is a surprise to me. So it's like, oh yeah, and then dinosaur, and I'm like,
Oh wait, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah.
I say he's a dinosaur because it kind of looks like one because his like spinal cord's like poking out along his spine, so he looks like a Spinosaurus or whatever, a Stegosaurus. Sorry.
Stegosaurus.
So yeah, he's a giant walking fossil. It's weird.
I mean, you're technically correct as well, because the Spinosaurus does have their spine sticking out, but it's webbed so that way they can swim.
Yeah. But I guess like, yeah, I don't know if he was like misunderstood or not. I guess kind of in a way he could have been, because like Cannon said, he's seen as the enemy, not per se the enemy of the manga itself, but he's seen as the enemy by the people, by the characters. So and that's all I got. Who's next?
Up to you. You want to pick one?
But well, technically Frankie is next, so go for it.
I mean, I don't have to go next.
But
Is
don't
what I'm
talk
saying.
forever. We only have half an hour.
Yes, I know. I'm keeping track of the time, madam. Anywho's, so this one is actually one of the people that I do like, because Naruto talk no jutsu'd him out of being evil. Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess? No? It's
Is it
Toby.
Gaara?
No.
Who's
It's
it?
it's Toby. Or Obito.
Naruto do it?
Yeah, Naruto talk no jutsu'd him, remember?
It's been a while since I've seen the ending of Naruto Shippuden, so no, I don't remember.
Well,
I've never seen it at all.
I couldn't remember if it was Naruto or if it was
Kakashi.
Kakashi. Yeah.
Well,
seen it in
Kakashi.
years, and I forgot a lot about it.
Yeah. Kakashi, like, they had their battle, because, all best friends do when you have all that power and shit. But then Naruto's like, hey, talk no jutsu, right? And he's like, oh, I'm not a villain anymore. But, so, he's my favorite. Yes, why? Because, not gonna lie, he kind of started a war, like, helped start a war over a kitty, right? Over his love.
Yeah.
Or as many people like to say, because he got, what's the word? What's the appropriate words? That way I don't get demonetized on YouTube as well. He got edged hard.
Okay.
Sorry, Willow. I was trying to keep it very, very PG-13, but I'm like, he literally...
None of us here are PG-13. It's fine.
Well,
It's just funny.
Willow bowed her head in disappointment at me. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it wasn't in disappointment. It was me trying to hold it.
Yeah, it's trying to hold it laugh.
Thank you. I thought you were being disappointed because I said edge, but
No.
so yeah, he's my favorite because he let me say this: if I had the power, I wouldn't start a war over somebody I love, like a female I love. Let me say that somebody messes with my family, I'm like, it's on you guys to protect yourselves. They're fighters. I'm just like world star with my camera and shit. So, I mean, I'll hop in if I have my nunchucks. Yeah, right. Oh, what was the next question?
Resonate with him?
Kind of, sort of. I'll say yeah on this one because, like, if it comes down to it, if I had the power, I'd, start a war for. I would and wouldn't start a war over a select group of people. All right. If somebody messes with KP, I'm like, well, gotta get my Deadpool suit out of dry cleaning because gotta wear red clothes that way they don't see the blood, and that guy gets it because he's wearing brown pants. Everybody gets the reference.
Yep.
He wore the brown pants today.
Wait! You may be wondering why the red suit. Well, that's so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
Yes. Was he a villain or was he just criticized?
Do you agree with the ideals and then misunderstood or not?
No to the ideals because, again, I think he was just more or less put into that role. And I don't see him as a villain because, again, he was put into that. He was more or less tricked by Madara to basically like, hey, you want to start a war with me? And he was like, would you die for me?
You want to commit genocide with me?
No, and he was like, I don't know what you mean, Madara. He's like, but would you die for me? It's a Jared Leto Joker reference.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll put in, and I'm kidding. So. I'll put in, jeez. Remember that one time that Harley Quinn bound up Nightwing?
Oh.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It was in the animated series. She bound up Nightwing, and they had a study session.
It was
fun
a
time.
style, but it was
I
actually a
like
movie.
how that
Batman
movie
Harley Quinn.
ends, where her and Poison Ivy are friends. Totally just friends. Totally nothing more than friends.
I mean, it's also in
Totally not lovers.
their relationship is actually like hit or miss a good chunk of the time. It just depends on like what is canon and what source you're getting it from.
Yeah.
Because in some
I like
sources
the ones where they're a couple.
they're not a bad couple. That's because Joker pissed her off and she finally came to her senses and left a toxic man. I'm just saying.
Left a toxic man.
I'm just saying.
She's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, she turned over a new leaf, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Cannon slap.
My laugh?
Meanwhile, I don't know much about it because I don't watch DC stuff. Rip me, but I do know about Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
She left a toxic relationship. Just saying, folks, if you're in a toxic relationship, leave. They are not worth trying to fix. Skipping past me because we have like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Who did I pick last? Can I? Okay.
Willow,
do you want to go? You want to go?
I didn't pick a third one, so if someone has a third one, they can go instead of me.
Cannon.
Right. My last one, his name is Byakuran from Reborn. So
Go.
spoilers
Yes.
for Frankie, because
It's
he's
fine.
just getting into it. But
Oh man,
doesn't
he's
appear
pretty.
Until, he doesn't appear until the last arc of the anime. So I mean, you're good for that. But I chose him because
So
well,
why?
yeah, I don't resonate with him, but why I chose him, and I'm getting into that when I said I don't resonate with him. He's a bit two-faced.
He's
Like-
pretty boy.
He is pretty.
I'm sorry, I'm like still looking up images of him.
Show a picture,
Oh.
KP.
If you like look at that face and you see that smile, don't trust that smile. Because that smile, once he's bored with you, you're out the window. Sometimes literally.
So toxic boy.
Yes, toxic boy.
Okay.
I mean, he's got a cool character design, don't get me wrong. And he makes the perfect villain because of his dual personality. But that's just it. He makes the perfect villain. So yes, he is pure villain.
So not
So I
misunderstood.
found this image, and then right underneath it is this image.
Awesome.
Oh my god, so sexy. What the fuck?
Hey, toxic. Remember, toxic. Leave him alone, KP.
No, I was
Leave him
reading
alone,
the
Bella.
picture.
Oh, I was about to say.
It was the image. You should have been saying that to me.
I did.
Well, leave toxic people alone.
Yes. Toxic, no good. That's why it's called toxic.
I mean, depends on the type of toxicity, but going
Frankie,
back
do
to
you
you.
still want a picture of him?
Yes, please.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, with him, as far as his ideals go, they're kind of all over the place. Because when you first meet him, he starts out pretending he wants to unify all the mafia families
Mm-hmm.
and just have all mafia under one rule, as opposed to having all these different families. running around, potentially killing off people for no reason. But then it changes to where he just wants basically to rule the world, and then it kind of changes to where he's just wanting to kill off people who gets in his way. Yeah, he's all over the place. So his ideals are kind of hard to nail down. So don't really agree with his ideals just because I can't place any ideals. That he literally keeps a good head on.
Okay.
All right, and now for my bully editor. Go for it.
Okay.
Bully editor.
You
So,
guys bully me.
so my last villain that I have chosen, which we've already talked about already today, good old Dobby, the boy right back there, from My Hero Academia. Why did I choose him as my favorite? I honestly don't know. He's a pretty boy, and I just like him.
You did cosplay as him though on
I
her
did
Instagram.
cosplay. I love him. I like his character design. I wrote that down.
Plus the blue fire is pretty awesome.
The blue fire is amazing. His quirk is super cool. I'm jealous.
It's actually super hot.
Yeah, super hot.
I wish we'd know his actual quirk thing and figure out what's going on with him in the newest chapter.
Yeah,
But they keep bouncing away from it.
I know.
There.
But I
And he's really
speculate.
50.
I'm not going to say anything, but I'm speculating things. Anyway, do I resonate with him? The only part of him that I resonate with is the recognition section of his wants and needs. He wanted to be recognized by his father as powerful and stuff like that, and I resonate because I would like to be recognized by my family as well.
Don't worry, the Frankie family recognizes you.
I don't
Yes.
care about that. No, I'm kidding.
I would dock you for pay, but you do too much of a good job to really dock you for pay.
Do I agree with any ideals that he had? So I have written down here about ideals. I think I counted this with Dobby and with Aaron, I think a little bit too. I don't know. I couldn't remember all that Dobby was like hateful for besides his dad and the family stuff. But I wrote down that humanity kind of sucks. We are our own worst enemies.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, yes, I agree with that part of it. Again, I can't say anything because Willow hasn't seen a lot. Doesn't know it. Rip me.
Unlock your inner weeb and just power through all of the manga.
And then, was he misunderstood? Yeah. I wrote down here that he wanted to be recognized by his dad, and he was almost powerful enough to become the successor or to surpass All Might, like Endeavor wanted. And then I also have written down bothered by how power hungry said father was. And he is fueled and kept alive by his pure hatred and jealousy.
Mood.
So yeah, exactly.
The only thing keeping me alive is spite.
That's literally, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and then that's it. And then I'm gonna transition into this last question we have here, which is for all of us. Which villain would you want to be? And out of all of my three, or any other villains I could think of, I chose Dobby. So.
Grimjow Jaggerjacks.
Yeah, that was good. That would have been a good one too, but he's not really a villain. He's just power hungry.
Yeah, well, Grimjow Jaggerjacks.
Okay, I thought
From
it was
Bleach.
Grimjow. Yeah, another pretty boy. Another swoon of mine from Bleach.
Quit swooning.
Never! I will simp forever and always.
I mean, that's fine. I simp from my top tier waifu shelf back there.
Yeah.
that
can't see it,
we
but
on
yeah.
Discord can't see.
That's fine.
Yep.
Well, if you watch the stream, you'll see it. What about you, candidate?
Huh?
What
What about
villain would
you?
you want to be?
If they have to be from our list, Ginjo.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone.
Because his were the most, ideals I kind of went along with. But, and Willow is probably going to murder me for this one. But if it didn't have to be from our list, I would have chose, like a more realistic version of Overhaul, not the asshole version we got in the anime.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so you'd want to take his place and actually do something right about it instead of being a complete another jerk and asshole.
Yes.
He wants
Okay.
to be pretty boy with green jacket and furs and cool mask.
Oh.
Plague doctor.
He wants the Mafia Plague Doctor aesthetic. I can appreciate that.
I know. If I had to choose from my list, hands down, Madara. I just want to summon meteors just to like make people piss their pants, or just be like, hey, you see that out there? You see that? See that giant rock there? I'm controlling
You're
that.
starting Genjutsu for 3 days.
It's not even that. I'm like, hey, you see that? I will literally send you to Jesus if you keep messing with me. And then just like his jutsu kits on top of that, just like the dragon fireball jutsu. Oh my god, it's actually really damn badass. Just saying.
It's a giant fireball.
No, it's not that. He does multiple ones. Like it's like Morning Peacock, if you remember the 8 gates or Guy's stuff when he opens the 8 gates and whatnot.
Like I said, it's been a long time since I've watched Shippuden. So.
Yes. So I'm not gonna nerd out.
Anyway, well, if you were done, I was going to shove it over to Willow now on what villain would you be out of your list or out in general in anime?
In my list, Shigaraki. In general, I would need to think about it more because yeah, that's something I would definitely need to think about more because
What about in Disney?
Oh yes, what about it in Disney? Thank you,
There's
mysterious voice.
Maleficent. In Disney,
What?
I'd want to be Maleficent. Who wouldn't want to be her?
I literally was like, yeah, you would be Maleficent.
Yeah.
It's on Captain Hook.
I don't know what villain I'd be.
I just
You
want to
know
play
or don't
hooky.
know?
I don't know.
Willow and I will think of one for you.
Yeah.
Let him think of his own Disney villain.
I can't think of one.
I shall be the Red
got
Queen.
Okay.
Oh,
Definitely not Gaston. Nah, I don't think Scar.
Who else
I think-
but Gaston? Gaston.
Um,
No one.
No one fucks like Gaston. No one cooks like Gaston. You think you have a wife? No, it's mine. I'm Gaston.
Definitely not Frollo. Definitely not Frollo.
How about Jafar? No.
Scar.
I think you're too good to be a villain.
Considering.
Oh, who's the villain in the Jungle Book?
Oh,
The monkey?
The tiger?
Shere Khan.
Shere Khan. Either Shere Khan or the
Or the snake.
villain
or
in
Are you talking about the orangutan or the tiger?
the tiger.
the Tiger.
Oh, okay.
You were saying the villain from, and then I couldn't really hear the rest.
Oh, villain from Mulan.
Oh.
Oh, the
Yu?
Shere Khan or
Sean Yu?
What? Shan Yu.
Shan Yu. I mean.
Fun name not intended, but that might
villain
actually
from
fit.
Death Note.
Who from Death Note?
Flamino said villain from Death Note. I think that's what he would be referring to if he was a.
So Light? The main
yeah.
character?
Right?
Naito Yagami. Oh, so Flamino, then fun fact, Yagami backwards is I'm a gay. So congratulations. Happy Pride Month. I'm kidding.
Happy Pride Month. We here at the Frankie House do not judge and we celebrate everybody.
Yep.
Because literally my right-hand person is... Yes.
Yes.
I don't know how to describe it, so she can describe it herself.
Me?
Yes.
Describe what exactly?
You.
You. You said you're gender fluid, right?
Yes.
Okay, I know you use the she, her pronouns, but you said she, any as well.
Yes.
So,
Any pronouns are fine with me. If you say he, I will honestly take it as a compliment.
well, if you cosplay as a guy, I guess I would say he. But I like to be as, when dealing with everybody, I want to be as politically correct as possible so that way I'm not stepping on anybody's toes.
Right.
And I worked with a bunch of kids who were part of the LGBTQIA community, so it was really hard.
When I'm running, I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working